went through and did the whole song, so that way it's you get more length in it also. And I noticed, if you get more length, then maybe you get, I like that how I did the film reel. It's kind of like you're talking movie, so why not do a movie reel or something, trying to theme it around everything that you do. But anyways, this is the Silver Screen Savants. This is a little special that I know Anubis does his top movies of the year. So why not I myself do movies this year that I've never seen through Savants.
Yeah, so basically for those that are watching or will watch, Alvin, since he and I started Silver Screen Savants, he's been able to take a look at films that he had never seen before, which, when he does his list, a lot of people might say, oh, I can't believe you've never seen that. Well, that's the thing. Not everybody gets to see everything right away or is aware of certain movies. So when we do Silver Screen, we try to create and bring movies that maybe neither one of us have seen before, and then trying to like see how they think about them and stuff like that. So Alvin's had a pretty big year with a lot of films that he hasn't quite seen that he found that he enjoyed a few. So I do not know what his list will consist of. So I don't even know what his runners-ups are. So this is actually kind of fun for me because I know that I had shown him a lot of movies this year, both horror, action, or whatever, to kind of see where he fell and what he really liked throughout the year. So going to turn it over to our guy here and let him run the show.
Mm-hmm. So, yes, this year, like Anubis has said, was the start of Savants, basically. Year one. Let's just call it that. And like you said, Savants is for a movie show. You're going to have people like, let's just use Brony, for example. Brony had never seen any James Bond movies before this year. So I'm kind of taking him under my wing and doing that with him. I've been showing him other films and stuff also. And we're going to start this off with, I guess should probably go through and do my honorable. I don't know. Would you say do honorable mentions first?
Sure.
So these are movies that did not. These are movies that did not make my top 10, but they are like honorable mentions, all kinds of fun. We'll start off with this one. Tron is, I got to see this off camera, off stream one day. I think, let me see when I saw this because I want to just double check that. Okay, so Tron I saw in July, and I really think Tron, if it had been different, if the story was a little bit pacered, better, understandable, and stuff, then I think it would have been probably more clicked into my top 10 list. But if I don't know if we should grade these or not, but me personally, it's a 7 out of 10 film for its standards for what it was. Moving forward, another one that we have not discussed that made the honorable mentions is this one. I watched this like also off stream. So I really enjoyed. I thought it was okay. I to me personally, it's probably a 10 out of 10 for Bad Moon.
Smart choice.
There's something about this film. this is during September and stuff when we were talking about horror movies and stuff on Savant. I'm like, why don't I pull this up on Shudder and check this one out? And I really enjoyed Bad Moon. I think what it was that did it for me is the fact that you can have a movie that you like that others don't have, and a story that you can fall in love with for the film that you really enjoyed. I think Thor's story is one of those stories. It is one that definitely needs to get touched on for horror fanatics of werewolves. It was encouraged enough by my good friend Matt Sweeney to check this one out because he was the one that says, oh, you need to check out Bad Moon. And there's another one on this list that did not make the top 10 that also didn't make the 10 that is also on the honorable mentions. But yes, Bad Moon is one I highly recommend. If anybody's never seen it, go check it out. It's well worth your time. It's one you can turn your brain off to also. And just the story. And I'm sure, yeah. So then we have another werewolf movie as well. In this one, I also discovered as well this year for the first time. And that was Dog Soldiers. And I thought it was okay. It's interesting for a horror movie where you're going to have horror movie. You're going to you get a horror action vibe with this one because it's like a militarist werewolf that are attacking the soldiers. So I really enjoyed the vibes for it. It's really cool and unique for what this movie brought to the table. If I had to score it, though, I think I said that this one was probably a 10 out of 10 for me personally. It's one that shocked me of everything going on. It had an interesting cast as well because Sean Pertwee is the son of the third Doctor in Doctor Who, also in this film. If I don't know if you knew that or not, anybody that's watching, but his dad was the Doctor, and so you got all these interesting cast in it, and it's really, I think it was developed pretty good. And yeah, that's just my overall thoughts on it.
Cool.
And then we have two more. This next one is one that shocked me really well.
Yeah, I love that one a lot.
You know, we say as horror films, if you're watching a movie and you get good scares and good dark jump scares, that they really encourage it, and horror movies are just that good, you know, of a film. And I think that one delivered excellently, that elements of jump scares. I like how they attached the universe of Ash to this character as well. I can't remember. Let me see. Did I put the character's name when I put a review of it? Mia. So I really liked Mia's personality, her badassness, the fact that it's just a really interesting story with her. And I really enjoy this, and I would like to. I don't know if they're going to, but I would like to see Ash and Mia team up against the Deadites and all that cool stuff. I think it would be an interesting idea. This is one I definitely want to do a review on in the future. How dark it goes, how you can customize a character from. I really like the chainsaw kill that is in this ending of this film. Oh boy. I just can't say enough about the Evil Dead franchise. It's like one of my favorite horror franchises of all time. And I think it's one of yours also. Am I not mistaken to say that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love the franchise a lot.
The only Evil Dead that I have not seen is Rise.
That's a good one. And then Evil Dead Burns comes out next year, I think.
Uh-huh. And then this one also, this is another of the ones that Matt Sweeney recommended I check out in Pumpkinhead. Pumpkinhead is a horror movie that if you've never seen it, you got to understand it. I think it's a slow story though. Me personally, I found the story kind of slower than what was made. I really like the idea of Pumpkinhead himself being a creature element. I think the story was okay. Matt Sweeney recommended this one. I really encouraged that. And I highly recommend you go check this out for a first time view if you've never seen it. I think for me personally, it was a 10 out of 10 though.
Classic horror film, without a doubt.
Yeah. And that's what I like about it.
Hi,
you know,
Brony.
Hi Brony. I'm sorry. I just saw I just had the comments moved because I saw them. Where do I begin with which ones that? So now then, here comes the fun part. So I think this one would be probably on my bottom of my list. And it's not that it's a bad movie or anything. I really enjoyed it. It's just you've got other competitors in movies that we've seen this year, you know, that really, the stories were better, I think. I really enjoyed the story for this, though, Lionheart, when we talked about it. I really like that MMA kind of kick boxing kind of style. I really think Brony would like this story as well. I'll have to show you this one for sure, Brony. It's got a sad, happy story to it. And that's what I love about it. Did I say I was number 10?
Yep. If that was Lionheart, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Number 10. Okay. Number 9 is this Desperado. I think it was really amazed me how Antonio Banderas can play an action hero. I really like Banderas' character portrayal in the movie. I think Banderas did an excellent job of portraying the characters of Banderas and other on-screen characters that he's portrayed before. I really like the guitar rocket launcher that was shown. And then there's the machine gun, I think it was. I like how they're his former bandmates, if I'm not mistaken. That's what they were in the movie. The quartet of the people that were with him in the movie. I think it was really well done. But yeah, that's my number 9. It kind of came out of nowhere when we talked about it on Savants as an action movie when we were doing the action stuff, and we're still doing.
Yeah, that's an all-time classic for me. I love the film, love the actors. The story's very cool. It's just so much fun.
Number 8 is a movie we also talked about that I had never discovered, and it's Pathfinder. And
Carl Urban.
Pathfinder, and this is like Conan the Barbarian as a darker take. Conan, let's just put it this way: Conan the Barbarian versus Vikings. But it's Native American. He's a Native American character versus Vikings. He's adopted. He's got a really interesting story. I think this movie flowed excellently. Highly recommend it to anybody that's never seen it. Because why? Because this is one you gotta watch if you've never seen it. If you like that Conan style, if you like that dark eeriness, you gotta watch it. I think there was Carl Urban was one of the bad guys, wasn't he? In this, if I'm not mistaken.
No, Carl's the hero.
Oh, okay. I'm being
Pathfinder. Now, I cannot believe I'm forgetting his name. Why am I forgetting his name? Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm so bad sometimes. Because the main villain is a well-known...
Stellan?
Huh?
That wasn't Stellan, was it?
No. God damn it. Why do I always do this? Clancy Brown. Jesus Christ. Clancy Brown. And he's like...
Lex Luthor. It's Superman. That's how I know him. But
Clancy Brown?
Yes, he's in the anime series from the 90s.
Oh no. So I know him from like Highlander and stuff like that. So and Starship Troopers.
But I really think that the cast is really interesting for this film. What you can do with a character like Carl Urban in that role, it kind of surprised me in a good way. It really took me by storm. I wish the only bad thing, and it's the film studio, I wish we could get a sequel. I think I would like, the one thing I would like with the Pathfinder franchise after watching this before is I would like them to continue the franchise. I would like to see different variations of the character, whether it be through the eras like Predator, what they've said before, like with the Predator franchise, go Wild West, go to Japan, Samurai era. I think that would be interesting for Pathfinder. I just think because you talk about the Viking era in this movie, it's right around the era of Assassin's Creed Valhalla also, because that's right when the Nordic stuff happens. So it's an interesting timepiece to talk about for a movie. And that's why it's number 8, I think I said. Yeah.
So we had the 8. Where are we at? 7?
Mm-hmm. We're going into 7. With Mr. Freddy Krueger himself, A Nightmare on Elm Street. I really enjoyed this movie a lot. It brought terror. It brought horror. It brought slasher elements to it. It's really that good of a horror movie. Yes, Brownie, that's the word that I'm trying. That you said it best. Classic. It's just a classic horror movie. Um, what Freddy Krueger is able to do on screen for the Nightmare on Elm Street debut is interesting. Anubis, I'll let you read that comment, what he said.
We need both him and Jason back in Mortal Kombat. Well, I know what you're talking about.
I agree,
because
Brody, in a sense. He
I
probably
can't. I don't see. I had MK11, so I don't remember if Kruger and Jason were in that one. But I had Terminator and I had Rambo in that one.
I think they're in 12.
Yeah, I think it happened either before or after 11. Oh, 9. Okay. Yeah. So it would have been before.
Yeah, I said that was 2011. Yeah, like what Brony's saying, I think that's the one that had Kratos in it also. If I'm not mistaken, Kratos was in it and others. Oh, wait. No, Kratos is... Yeah, Kratos in the PS3 version only. But... And Jason was an X. So Kenshi, Rain, Scarlet were also in it as DLC. And Kenshi's also from Mortal Kombat, and Scarlet and Rain are, I think. But yes, Freddy Krueger is an iconic horror icon. I'm glad to see he finally got the actor that played him, finally got the respect he deserved, and is on the Hollywood Walk of Fame after so long in Robert Englund. So I think it's well deserved. I think his iconic role will be forever cemented in Hollywood as a horror icon in Freddy Krueger. We didn't do that. Okay. I think this is number 6. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, it should be 6.
Yep. Good choice.
Number 6 is Escape from New York. I might have to get another pick in a second, but this movie, I really enjoyed the story. Like, Kurt Russell's character is really interesting for how he portrayed character, how he was able to elevate himself into a lead starring role with this film. I really enjoyed the portrayal of Snake Plissken. I think he just made the movie that much more interesting, how he was portrayed in the movie. I think I would like to see... I know Kurt Russell's probably too old for it, but I would like to see the son, Wyatt, take over the role. Because to me, when I see Kurt Russell and stuff, I see Wyatt also in the roles of Kurt, in a sense, because I feel like Wyatt's kind of slowly following in his father's lineage. Because I mean, his son's been in action stuff now, to where the point where I think the son is following in the footsteps of dad and trying to get into that action starring roles as well. But that's just me with him and his son. But I think he looks like, I mean, when you saw Wyatt in the Captain America TV show, I can't think of the name of it, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. He looked. I saw a little bit of Kurt in that when I saw that. So I think it'd be an interesting character, an interesting way to continue the franchise if they ever decided to. I know this is Carpenter's baby, so it'd be up to Carpenter himself also to do it. I think that was 6.
Yep.
Okay. Don't know if Neko's around, but this one is one that I loved as well.
She'll be happy with that.
Yeah. But I really enjoyed that this one a lot. I think the story is right. Hannibal Lecter is iconic to me now. After watching the first movie, I am so enthralled with this character now that I want to see the other movies. I'll even go as far as to take Neko's recommendation and buy the books and read them as well. Because I now want to know more about this iconic, psychotic horror villain. I get, in a sense as well, I guess you can also say he's anti-horror villain as well, because the reason I say that is because he's in some movies as a hero. And then there's some where he's not. So he's like an anti-villain in a sense. But for my number 6, that's one I think it's number 6, right? Did I say that right?
This one is 5.
Okay, 5. From number 5. Sorry, I'm getting the numbers confused. Not trying to.
Did you not make a list on your notepad?
No, I didn't.
Because that's what I have to do. Otherwise, I do what you do. I start forgetting. I have to actually make my list.
But I really enjoyed the story of Hannibal Lecter. For number 5, it's recommended anybody goes see the original Silence of the Lambs. I would say start there. Or you could go even further and go to Manhunter or something else in that genre. You could do Red Dragon, or I think Red Dragon. I can't remember the one with Gary Oldman in it, but that's the one I always think of when a villain iconic against Lecter. And that's one thing I will say. I do want to, with Savants in the future, cover the other movies if possible, because I think those are gonna be up there as well with Lecter's personality, how he develops into the character he is. I think it'd be interesting. Now for number 4. Okay. This is one me and you got to check out for the first time. Also, this made my list of movies. I really enjoyed Monster Island. What it does is it developed. I like the style of the World War II setting, because you've got a man that's British, I believe, and then you've got Japanese, and they have to team up to take out this monster and stuff. It's a complete unity, and I really think it's unique. I also like how, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember, the suit actor is from one of the Godzilla movies that played the creature, one of them. So I think that's unique and stuff. It's like, it's so rare to see suit actors that play kaijus and stuff develop and play other characters in movies.
I don't know if I liked it quite as much as you did, but certainly an interesting take on the monsters.
My number 3 now is one that I also loved as well. I think the piano music is really interesting. I like the witchcraft element that we talked about with this movie. When it was my first time watching it, I was like, okay, this is gonna be interesting. I like the piano element. You've got different characters all dying in different ways also. Like whether it be the bug scene, I believe it was in the bathroom or something. You've also got the witch that's behind all these things. Like you've got it's like Clue in a sense. Who did it is the idea premises that I always get when I think of this movie. Like who did it? Is it somebody around? Like whether it be the first kill in the movie where you see the glass break, and then all this other stuff happens that leads into each murder. And you don't realize until the end that it's a witchcraft cult that's starting it. So it's really fun and unique. And it's one you got to check out.
Yep, that's my all-time favorite horror film. So hopefully, if no one's checked it out, they will check it out.
I can't remember what I said about it, but I think I said it was a 9 on my end.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, for anyone that's watching this, all the movies that he's bringing up, we've done reviews for, at least in terms of his top 10. Some of the other ones were stuff he watched on his own time, but the ones that he's in his top 10 are ones that we reviewed. So you can always go back into his catalog of Silver Screen reviews and find them.
Yes, you can. They're all in playlist. Like this one's in the special playlist for Silver Screen stuff. And then also the ranking one that we've done before, a Bond, is also in there as well. My number 2 then is the amazing John Carpenter's The Thing. Yes. I freaking love this movie. I love Carpenter's care how you can change a creature with tentacles into the next best thing, which is a human. Then you can, when somebody's trying to cut a head off, it detaches into this freaking monster thing. But then also, there's a lot of unique kills with this film, I think, that made it that much good. I don't know if we're ever going to see a sequel to this film where we actually see the Thing die or not. I've seen stuff floating around on the interwebs that they're making a sequel to this. So I'm really mixed feelings on that, if they're going to ever go through with that. I don't know. I'm sure you've probably seen what I'm talking about on the interwebs about them possibly doing a Thing sequel or not. But that's my number 2. Then my number 1 is interesting. My number one is Beastmaster of all things. This is one that shocked me a lot. You take Conan the Barbarian, you strip him of that. I guess, yeah. So Beastmaster and Conan's story is kind of the same because both had parents, but one's born from an animal, and one is not. Both parents are killed, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So then it kind of becomes a revenge story. And I know this one for a fact has an all-star cast as well, Beastmaster, and Tanya Roberts, and in others. Mark Singer, his role is amazing in this film. Definitely go check this one out.
Yeah, the thing I like about this, and because it was created back in the 80s, there's a part of me that thinks that when it comes to the game World of Warcraft, that the hunter in the game is based upon this type of character because his ability to communicate with animals and stuff like that. So World of Warcraft, you can be a hunter and have pets and stuff like that. And this is what this really reminds me a lot of. But also, like, even though I think it was PG-13, I think, at the time. And so, but there was still a lot of like gore and boobies and stuff like that. So they weren't shying away from that much either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that was my top 10 movies that I had never seen before. I don't know. Do we want to tease upcoming content, or do we want to talk about these movies more a little bit?
Up to you if you want to talk about them more. I mean, you pretty much gave a breakdown of how you felt about them and what you liked and all that stuff. So
I guess also the ones that, if I had more slots to if I had more slots to talk about top 10s, etc., this one would have been for sure in my list, Commando. Matter of fact, also the one that we are reviewing tomorrow would probably be in my list as well.
Mm-hmm.
In Cobra. I like here. I don't know. Do you want me to go through, because there were movies from last year that I know for a fact I have so many from, what was it? I have 2 from 2024 that I didn't do reviews for. Like you know what I mean, is like I put on the web, but I never put those in the list. You want me to?
Were they movies that we did on here?
No.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't worry about that. You can always do a review of them, on your own at another time if you want.
We probably
but they weren't part of the show, so
yeah. But we could probably do reviews, like of title. Like what I mean is like when I say that is I'm saying like somebody could read them online. But yes, Cobra is tomorrow. I'm just trying to segue now into tomorrow, I guess. Do you want to go for your upcoming content first?
Sure. So, for me, tomorrow, obviously, Silver Screen Savants. My pick will be Cobra, Sly Stallone. We'll be doing that 8 p.m. Eastern, just like we are tonight, but tomorrow. Then Monday, it's Christmas week, so a lot going on, obviously. So little time. On Monday, 5 p.m. Eastern, I'm getting together with Jedi Grand Veil to do Vintage Cult Cinema, and we are going to be reviewing King of New York. And then Ghouls will be happening tomorrow night, as well as next Monday as well, the Monday after, just because, again, New Year's and Christmas and all that. So tomorrow for Ghouls, Monday, I'm doing a Ceremony to Begin, I think is the name of it. It's on Tubi right now. And then Mr. Tony has chosen Don't Open Till Christmas as his pick for Ghouls of Midnight. Then on Tuesday, I'm going to try to get my Lone Wolf with Dub, my review for Chocolate done. And then, of course, in the evening, Neko and I will get together with Kevin Lambert for a Christmas special of reviewing Edward Scissorhands and Scrooged. So 2 films that Kevin picked for the Christmas season that Neko and I are going to join with and review. And then on Friday, we will finally get to our best rock and metal albums of the year. I was going to do it yesterday, but Neko's computer took a dump, and so I know I'm getting 2 new ones for Christmas. Well, I'm getting 2 new ones for Christmas, so once I get those home and set up, at least for her, we'll be in good shape. But the computer she has is really old, so that's part of the reason, but it just isn't working anymore. But that's pretty much, I think the next one will only be on the 28th, and we haven't really decided yet what that pick's going to be yet. Which would be your pick anyway, but I can't remember what it was. If you even chose anything yet.
I haven't even chose. I'm just like, it's holiday time, you're going to have family and stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, I got one of my gifts that Anubis sent. The King of the Monsters himself. Actually, the original version, I believe. In fact, one of my favorite figures that I hold in my hands a lot. I don't know why. It's just Godzilla's love. Kicking off, I guess this is stuff going into the next year now because of. So we'll start with the first thing is overlooked cinema icons. Prince, how do you say it? Nuada?
Yeah, Prince Nuada. Yeah.
That is from they say it's one of the best comic book movies of all time, actually, in Hellboy 2.
Yeah, The Golden Army.
Yeah, I'm going to have to rewatch those both. Matter of fact, those would be fun to cover on Savants as well. And then I hear there's 2 remakes, but I never watched the one with Harbor in it, or I think it was the other one. I can't think of the guy. You saw it, I believe. That one. The one after Harbor in Hellboy. The Silent Man, or the most recent one, I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I didn't care for that one too much. I didn't finish watching the one with Harbor. I didn't really like it though, so that's probably why I didn't finish it. But I've heard that they may bring Perlman back for a 3rd one for Del Toro, so I hope they do that because I think it deserves like its own trilogy with Perlman being Hellboy. I hope they do that.
Perlman, just what he did with Hellboy is, in fact, something that just came out of nowhere.
Well, I know that, like Kevin says, the last one was the closest one to what Hellboy is in the comics, but I like the fun that Perlman brings to the other ones that he does. I mean, I know that doesn't make him any happier as far as Kevin's concerned, but for me, I just really love the Hellboys that Ron Perlman's in. They're just fun movies, and that's kind of like what I want. I'm not like a big diehard comic guy. I know certain characters, but I couldn't tell you like anything in depth about comics in general. I just don't have the history with it like some people do. So
you're gonna find this interesting with Hellboy. I think my favorite character is not even Hellboy in it. I think Abe Sapien might be mine. I'm a
It's
big,
kind of like the creature from the Black Lagoon a little bit.
and it's the reason I say it. I am a big fan of the actor that plays Sapien because he's just and he does so many amazing mocap roles in movies. Doug Jones. That is one. If there is one actor, I would like to sit down with a Doug Jones. He just what he brings every show movie, because I know him best also from a show that was on FX called not Falling Skies. It is a alien war movie between humans, aliens, another species, and stuff. It's really fun. You got to check it out if you've never seen it. It's on Max, so you can watch it all there. It had Noah Hawley in it, who's from the Librarian movies. And Doug Jones is in it. There's a lot of recognizable names in the cast for it. I highly recommend. You'll have to put it on your radar of stuff to check out. It'd be even fun to do a review over like each season. Like, you know how you do The Boys, like reviews?
Mm-hmm.
I would even be down to do Falling Skies as reviews. It's that.
I think I've seen it. Is that the one where in the dark there's like lights that pop up out of nowhere?
I can't remember, but there's all kinds of aliens in it. There's like face hugger like looking ones.
Maybe it's not the one I'm thinking of then.
Yeah, it's on FX though. You'll have to it's on Max.
Is it a series or a movie?
It's a series. So there's like 3 seasons.
Gotcha. Okay.
Let me see if I can't pull a picture. And then I'll continue with my stuff in a minute. It was from 2011 to 2015. 5 seasons. And I think we talk about in movies and stuff how aliens are evolving, in filmography. But this is what let me see, where did I put that? Where did I save it to? Oh, okay, there it is. Just found where it went. But this is what I'm talking about right here. This one.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen it.
It's really good. I think it would be cool to do a like on TV, like a review. Go back, look at this show because it's like 5 seasons. I believe there was one movie. I can't. And it was a Steven Spielberg production also. So Spielberg had input into the show. So it makes it that much cool. Sorry, it was on TNT. It ran to 2015. But it's really fun. It's unique. And yeah, so there's like all these characters, like I'm just trying to think who you would know also. Other than Doug Jones, there's Scarlett Byrne. If you remember, she's in the Harry Potter stuff. She's Pansy Parkinson in the movies. So they've got all kinds of all kinds of actors that you probably recognize from different stuff. But it's got an interesting cast. I don't know if you remember Terminator Salvation, but
vaguely
one of the girls from that is in that show as well as like the main lead. So I mean, I think that'd be fun. Look into the future. Something to talk about going into next year. I don't know. Just an idea. maybe on your channel or something, you know, where Henshin Revolution, I've had a lot of progress on this show so far. With the intro is all completed, so we're gonna probably limit the episodes to 20 minutes per. That way, I'm just trying to think now. If 20 minutes would be perfect for an intro, or sorry, not an intro. I mean a review and stuff. Like
usually, that's some of mine are that long
like
or short. It just depends on how much you want to say about it. Like you just have to. If you're doing a solo review, you don't want to go on for like an hour. You know, usually you save a lot longer ones when you have guests and stuff. But you know, for some of my stuff for like Lone Wolf with Dub, like I'll spend 20 minutes to 30 minutes reviewing, just depending on how much I want to say about it. But yeah, you know, 20 minutes is fine.
Yeah, 20 minutes. 20 minutes is how long we were gonna run it for our thing. Anyways, he was the one that came up with the idea, Geek. So it's gonna be me and Geek talking tokusatsu stuff. Andrew Kikaider's role. Do I have my? I've got the Expedition mythology. I need to figure out. Rather, I've got titles for it. So I've got titles for it. So I know I've got an idea for what to do for the titles of the show. But this is the first movie that comes to mind that I don't know if you'd be down to do the first one, but I don't know if Anthony's seen it either. So Anthony will be joining us with this. I think this one works best live because you're going to have guests on it, like you said, you know, and then that way you can get the audience chiming in and stuff when you do it as well. And so the first movie that came to mind that I don't know if you two would be down to do, but I want to do Jason and the Argonauts as the first movie to talk about. That is the mythology, because I think
I'm down for that.
That or Clash of the Titans would be first film to talk about, to discuss and look into them, and then you could go through. We could do, I don't know how we're going to rotation, if we're going to do it every week, every other week, you know. I gotta figure that out, what works best for the schedule, because we're going to still have Savants, so that'll be that. Yes, we are going to do a change on Henshin Highlight. The one that I teased before is not the first episode. We're going to do, like, in order to explain this best, Geek said, so when he gets around to it, he's busy right now and stuff, but we're coming up with an idea for first episode is, what is tokusatsu? Like an introduction to tokusatsu, that if somebody's never heard of the term, what are the shows that envelop the tokusatsu format? I think that's the first step towards doing a show like Henshin Highlight, because it's a lore show. You're going to go dissect into the lore of characters. Like, let's think, for example, our first show example might even be Space Sheriff Gavon. I don't know what Geek wants to do for the first episode. I haven't talked to Geek about really what the first episode idea, but I floated the idea of Gavon being the first when we go into the lore and stuff, the characters, because Henshin Highlight is going to be our lore show for Tokusatsu stuff. It's going to be like your Kaiju Connections where you talk movies and stuff as well, because then you can go into the movies and stuff with the characters as well. Because it's in that realm of stuff. I think that and then also Popcorn Splash was I haven't done any progress on that currently. So that's kind of like
it's in the works.
Yeah, still working that out. Got to make the title card, all that stuff. The intro, outro. Speaking of which, I'm going to redo an outro for Savants. Right now I have the old standard outro set, but I can't really go into it and make titles and stuff. It won't let me. It's not in the right format. Also, it's an MP4. I can't convert it back to the format that I want. But, so yes, Cobra is tomorrow on Savants as well. I am almost done with my review on Cobra on my end. In fact, I think where I'm at is the safe house part, where they got to the safe house. So I'm going to be finishing that up tonight, that movie. And then that way I can have it set up for tomorrow, the thumbnail and everything. I think that was all. I know for a fact, though, for the Overlook Cinema characters, I know for a fact I need to get with Walter for his, because gosh, I need to get with Jedi Grand Vale and for that, because his character that I kind of chose, like for him, it's one that there's not a lot of wallpapers of the character, so it's hard to find like one. And then of course, Geeks, I might just have everybody repick them and stuff, so that way it's easier. But other than that, I think that's all we've got. You've got, and then also the gameplay. I've got some help, with the gameplay reworking for how to do it better.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I got somebody that's helping with stuff, because I feel like I'm going to get overwhelmed and frustrated and like.
No. Just take your time. Take your time.
Yeah, she's helping a lot. I've got a video editor. She's able to help do video edits and stuff as well. So, yeah. But then we will see you tomorrow on the Silver Screen Savants. Until then, peace out.
See you tomorrow.